Dabang is representative of that mass hero that we haven't done. But yet, by then we had lost filmmakers who could actually do that. So, in the meantime, while I'm talking about the evolution of Hindi cinema, in Telugu cinema, they had held on to the syntax that we had possibly created in the 70s. Held on to it, worked over on it, held on to it so strongly, so they had that syntax alive till today.
With the monstrous success of RRR and KGF Chapter 2, the chatter everywhere has been not only restricted to the mammoth numbers the movies has generated, but also how it highlights a shift in the tide of the audience and the kind of content that they gravitate towards. The North Indian belt has now welcomed stars when movies are presented in a larger-than-life scale and, more importantly, with conviction beyond the language from where it originates. It's also important to note that the ability to replicate the same hysteria, magic and box office run of RRR in KGF Chapter 2 is almost insurmountable, so people shouldn't be naive to think that every pan-Indian film coming from Telugu, Tamil or Kannada cinema from here on out will be celebrated across the country. Setting that aside, I started to understand that there are two things that are as clear as day in the current market. One, that there is a clear distinction of the kind of movies that are meant for theatres versus the ones that the audience is willing to wait for to come on an OTT platform. The segregation has been noticed in North America as well, where people are stepping out for event films versus the content that is understated and subtle. The number 2 point and a clear indicator of the success of Pushpa and KGF Chapter 2 specifically is the return of the angry young man anti-hero that guarantees larger-than-life cinema, dialogue bazi, slow-motion, expansive shots celebrating the hero, the one versus many narrative, and holistically an entertaining story that makes the masses forget about their daily struggles. This was last seen in Hindi cinema with movies like Agnipath, Dabang, and Rais, which, by the way, many can create parallels with when you look at the beats that these celebrated films follow. Irrespective, the scanner is on Hindi cinema now. Everyone is waiting on how the creators in Bollywood will cope with the mammoth success of movies originally in other languages. Will it be able to keep up or lose its relevancy completely? Thinking about the same, I compiled 8 films that in my opinion are the make it or break it films for Bollywood, and how the failure of these movies will really make the Hindi film industry reach a creative and financial crisis. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with 8 upcoming movies which are make it or break it for Bollywood. PRITHVIRAJ. I think the one thing that I'm genuinely most excited for with PRITHVIRAJ is the source material and whether a creator like Chandraprakash Dwivedi would do justice to the epic. The film based on PRITHVIRAJ Raso by Chand Bardai will focus on the rise in power of the young king, the internal conflict within the subcontinent among other kingdoms, the marriage with Sanyogita, the daughter of the Raja of Kannauj, and finally the 2 significant battles and what transpired as the aftermath. The costumes and scale in the teaser look absolutely immaculate, and the track record of period epics other than Panipat have really been showered with praise and box office love from the audience. Keeping my skepticism of Akshay Kumar as PRITHVIRAJ aside, I genuinely want to be proven wrong and surprised by his performance in the movie, and it's undeniable that there is a lot of hope riding with this film for it to be an absolute success in its theatrical run. SHAMSHERA. Karan Malhotra is one of the few Bollywood directors who believes in larger-than-life cinema. He believes in heroism, the traditional antagonist, core emotions like revenge, and the crazy face-offs between characters. He delivered the same with flying colours with Agnipath and partly so with Brothers. SHAMSHERA is an extremely ambitious project undertaken by him where Ranbir Kapoor seems to be a bandit of sorts, who fights against the oppressive systems and does not want to serve anyone. A Robin Hood figure that is revered by the masses and who faces off against a dreaded antagonist played by Sanjay Dutt. The fact that Dutt is so geared up about the project and he honestly blew it out of the park in Agnipath makes me really excited for how this epic scale spectacle will shape up. I have my bets on this movie, really guaranteeing you that larger than life cinema Bollywood has been lacking for quite some years. LAAL Singh Chadda. Just like Ranbir Kapoor, we're going to see Aamir Khan on the big screen after 4 years with LAAL Singh Chadda. The amount of work that Aamir puts to ace his character is immeasurable when you look at his peers in the film industry. The man has been sitting with the adaptation of Forrest Gump for several years, and it has been a waiting game for Atul Kulkarni, who has adapted the same material. A lot of people within the film industry note that there is no one like Amir Khan in terms of understanding how a screenplay can be effective and work in the box office. And while he may have faltered and understanding the same with Thugs of Hindustan, a lot of expectations are riding on this film and for Amir to return with a bang. Depicting a character over several decades, this one requires a performance of a lifetime, and we shouldn't expect any less from Mr. Perfectionist. Brahmastra. I, like the many of you, have had a long relationship with Brahmastra, a relationship over 7 years, waiting for developments over several release date announcements and delays, but the final date has been finally clocked in, and this modern day representation of Hindu history and mythology has everyone intrigued. A perfect title for the movie as it showcases the contrast of creating and destroying with its very name, splitting between Brahma, who is the creator, and Astra that represents weapons. The Brahmastra and its destruction is representative of the mushroom clouds created by nuclear bombs, leading to not a sight of life form in the point of impact for 12 years. The weapon being person-centric would mean that it can be utilized by only the chosen one, having an in-depth knowledge and the capability of several facets that make him or her capable of using the powerful weapon, which I would assume will be Ranveer in the case of the film. Used in several instances of ancient Hindu history, I wonder what its role will be in the film's universe as its connotations vary in between creating as well as destroying, almost as if it is cut perfectly between Brahma and Shiva. The developments will keep coming in. I've been hearing the reprised version of Kesariya constantly, I won't lie, and I'm waiting for this to be no less than a spectacle we deserve in theatres. The wait has been long. VIKRAM VEDHA. I'm not a fan of the abundance of remakes that are in the pipeline and are being produced in the Hindi film industry. It just represents a lack of enthusiasm for original stories and banking off of already proven products in the industry of various languages. The reason why Vikram VEDHA seems to be safe in some regard when it comes to its creativity is that it still holds on to the original director duo who were responsible for the success of the Tamil film. The same case of holding on to a creator like Sandeep Reddy Vanga ensures that the remake does not stray away too far from the original source material. But one of the main reasons why I'm still hooked on to at least being curious about Vikram VEDHA is the inventive decision taken to cast Hrithik Roshan and Saif Ali Khan together in a film. Both extremely capable actors that are in absolutely great form when it comes to their craft creates a really exciting venture, as I would love to see their chemistry with one another. More than that, I think seeing Hrithik Roshan attempt an extremely grey or dark role would be thoroughly exciting, as he takes the risk of going beyond the hero who saves the day kind of roles, and the eccentric choices of Saif Ali Khan are known to everyone, having the capability to surprise you every now and then. An aspect that also reinstates some kind of faith within me regarding the remake is that the history of Hrithik Roshan saying yes to an iconic film like Agnipath being remade and how it strayed away from following the expected beats of the original, making me think that there is a genuine eye for why this venture may work out to be an extremely exciting and nuanced thriller, upping the ante both from a creative and action standpoint compared to the original. This will be another mass face-off that will lead to a theatrical experience worth looking forward to. ADIPURUSH. What aims to mark the return of Prabhas and provide a canvas that will match his larger-than-life presence is ADIPURUSH, a film marked as one of the most expensive projects in India. Its attempt is to adapt the epic Ramayana, Prabhas donning the role of Raghava, Kriti Sanon of Janki, and Saif Ali Khan as Lankesh. Shot simultaneously in Hindi and Telugu, this movie has a lot of expectations from the masses owing to many factors. The success of Om Raut as the creator with Tanaji, the osmosis of Prabhas in the Hindi film industry, and finally how we don't have to see the epic animated 1992 Indo-Japanese collaboration of the Ramayana as the only saving grace, and can have a live-action adaptation of the same and experience it on the big screen. This one has all the ingredients to break box office records that have already been set. PATHAAN and Tiger. I remember making a video in 2019 about what would be the best comeback for Shah Rukh Khan after the debacle that was Zero. The only two options that seemed feasible to me that would match the sheer aura and global fandom the man possesses included a third installment of the Dawn franchise or somehow getting interconnected in the spy universe produced by Yash Raj Films. I could only fathom somehow mixing in the world of war. And then came the announcement that with Pathaan, Shah Rukh Khan would be crossing paths with Salman Khan as Tiger. And it actually accounted for an interconnected universe that will really have audiences excited. Introduce a new character like Pathaan, face off against an antagonist played by John Abraham, only to be aided by Salman Khan as Tiger in the final act. Tiger 3 essentially becomes Salman Khan's solo film, where Pathaan intersperses as and when shit hits the fan. And if they really want to go crazy, get Shah Rukh, Salman and Hrithik in the same frame in the end of Tiger 3, and everyone loses their mind. Irrespective of all the possibilities that can transpire on the big screen, a lot of expectations are riding on both Pathaan and Tiger 3 becoming successful ventures in the box office. Not only successful, but causing absolute rage at the box office. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think are the make it or break it movies for Bollywood. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.